Welcome to Palazzo Zuccala. What a journey. I'm Davide Mengoli and I want to continue on this journey. We're on part 3 of a long love story. We're in the main hall from the road over there, like you have seen in the previous 2 parts of these videos. We are now going to gently discover some other bits. So are you ready? Today I have a very special lesson for you. Let's go. Yes, we are in the sewing room. What you can see here, it's a beautiful sewing machine. It's a Singer. Going back to probably, I haven't researched the model, but probably some of you watching this video know the model really well. It's got the Singer written on this side. At the bottom here we can see it really well on the other side. Maybe a model number over there and this beautiful engraving over there. I did say to you that the journey through this building was going to be a slow one, but a really special one. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel Salento with Love, please do so. Palazzo Zuccala, it's going to be something completely different to what we do. It's probably fueling more my passion, my love for beauty. My background being in the art world, I have a vision when it comes to this building. So please stay and enjoy the journey. In fact, through the episodes today, I'm probably going to ask you some questions. So we are in this beautiful room, the entrance to the building just over there, like we have seen in the previous 2 episodes. And then we enter this very kind, gentle room with these beautiful pink motifs on the wall. Now, we are not looking at wallpaper. This is hand painted. Every single one of these flowers has been hand painted. All of that motif, it's been hand decorated. And then when we go up to the ceilings, then those beautiful flowers and roses all scattered around. Now, of course, the echo that you hear, like I have explained before, is due to this beautiful, apart from being really, really high, but these beautiful star-shaped ceilings. They allow the sound to bounce. Amazing. You can almost have a concert in here, and without making a very big effort, you could probably entertain a lot of people. Or a beautiful piece of engineering. So already as you enter into this room, this motif, and then isn't it special, although the paint is flaking off, and I really love that effect, which hopefully, what do you think? Should I keep it through the renovation? I know it's flaking. There are materials that can be applied to, well, probably after the initial surface is scraped off, there are materials that can be applied to that old aging paint off. But isn't that beautiful? So what would you think I should do with this? It's really, really special, but I really love the motifs, as you can see, around the edge of the room. This is not a big room, it's probably 4 meters, so 13 feet, 13 feet long, by probably 10 feet wide. So it's not a big room, but it's really, really amazing. And it's got these fantastic doors. If you remember from the previous part of the video, we opened these doors, we are literally on the road. The echo gets reduced as a result of opening these doors. exposing again this balcony, just like we saw on the other one, on the previous episode. Watch the previous episode if you haven't done so. If you know anyone who loves old building and incredible finds, because this is actually a treasure chest, as you'll probably see through the different parts of these videos that we're going to be doing. Perhaps you can share as well this video with those people. It would be nice to get a little bit of a community going, because the story about Palazzo Zuccala is not a rare story, it's a unique story, and gradually I would unveil why the story about this building and the people that make the history of this building, it's unique. So yes, so we have this beautiful, so you can imagine Donna Elena sitting here at the sewing machine, working along, and people probably stopping by and just greeting and just waving or saying hello while she was getting on with this. And what a beautiful piece of kit this is. And do you know how it functions? It functions with a pedal. So as you move this up and down, if the cord is in, which obviously at the moment is not, so we can provide and put it in again. Let's see if we can do that. No, it's not going in, but when that one is in, it would move the wheel and the needle goes up and down doing the stitching. And you see, sewing back in them days for a woman was just as important as cooking, because you know we take so much for granted now that we can just go into a shop and buy something, but these women, they were super women. They were literally super women. Okay, now women do different things, but in them days, knowing how to repair or create a pair of trousers or doing some beautiful garments, and I can guarantee you in this building there are some beautiful things. So before we go back to these beautiful elements of this room, I found this tape measure which is so old. This is probably 50, 60, or probably I would say more, because she was born in 1924. The mother was born in 1998. The mother lived there, and the daughter was born in this building, or the daughters, should I say. I can't give you too much about the story. We'll leave the story to some more episodes. But this is beautiful. And you know, when a woman works on sewing, they'll normally have the tape measure sort of here all the time, because this is very fragile, so I'm going to move it very, very quickly. I don't want to ruin it anymore. It's a beautiful piece to keep. So they would just measure everything, and then in this magic box they would probably have, I don't know if we have it in here, maybe. What's in here? No, we got clips. We may have it somewhere else. Well, they've got these drawers. They may have it in some of the drawers. Buttons. Oh look, there is a belt and a key. Oh, this is an interesting key. Okay, I wonder what this key opens. But what I'm looking for is the chock. You know, it's what they used to use for. Wow! Look at this. Spilli Universali. Look at this packet. It's so old. Oh, look what I have in here. This is a must for everyone who does sewing. You know, have you ever been to a tailor and he's taking measurements? You know, as they fold the fabric, they will pin this. But look at this beautiful box. This is from Femap. I love that. This is something to keep. And what's in the other drawers? Let's open the other drawers. Oh, we have another tape measure in here. What do you think if we shut that front door? Today's a Sunday, so you have all these people going down to the seaside and driving around with big motorbikes, which then make a little bit of a noise. But I love being here on the front road here. I can only imagine what this building is going to be like once it's finished and turned into something that everybody can benefit from it. So as we look into these drawers, the little handle on this drawer is missing, so what's in here? Okay, I don't know what those are. Okay, there's another button there. And then here. Oh, wow, we got this I suppose is for knitting. Yes. We have a drawer as well, with some more buttons, and some cross-stitching. Bars here. Oh, we do have the model as well, so we could probably research the sewing machine and finding out. Isn't that amazing? Look at the detail there. Can you see that? I had all the little tools here to, for example, this was probably to make holes when they were stitching something with leather, so they needed to make a hole or probably punch it to then put a button. Oh wow, what is this? Oh, this is probably to put the oil. I guess this was the oil going in here and then squirting it into the machine to make it go smoother. This is really, really old. But then, they still have a oil in here. And this is the oil extra per macchine da cucire da maglieria. This was actually to the oil that she was using. Let's put this back there. And buttons, what can I say about buttons? Well, did I tell you that the building was built in 1865 and 5 women grew up in this building. With the mothers, that would make 7 women, plus the 2 only males, which were their respective husbands of the 2 families, which the 2 boys were brothers. So 5 girls plus the mothers. Buttons! Going back! I have found buttons! Yes, but what can I say about these buttons? I have found buttons in here that are probably over 100 years old. I have found this batch of buttons that probably are from a military jacket. And then I love the fact that some of these very special ones, they've been kept together because probably she was thinking of doing something and so she didn't have to go searching for it. Oh, this is a spare part. This is the bit that goes underneath the machine that allows the cotton, the thread, to go through. But the amount of buttons, look at this button here. Oh, look, this is actually a copper one. Thousands of buttons. Probably some of these buttons are worth something. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. Now, this few weeks I've been thinking, a building like this should be shared with the rest of the world. And as at the moment I'm just going through a very kind and gentle decluttering of the building, which I'm not sharing obviously on videos. Things that potentially they need to be moved on, but there is so much history that is being kept in this property, which I would like to share with the rest of the world. How do you feel about being part of this? If this building one day becomes something that we can share and use it as a little boutique, for example, would you be interested in being part of this? I don't know, it's just a thought. It's just something that I've been thinking. I can't keep this to myself, it's just too much. It's just so beautiful, so many things. And can you imagine some of these buttons travelling to a different part of the world? Or some of these beautiful handkerchiefs, there is a whole set. These are all hand-stitched. These are probably over 100 years old, in beautiful handmade cotton. And just like this, there are so many other beautiful things. Now, rather than selling these on antique stores and markets, which I just couldn't do that, Wouldn't it be amazing for somebody to store a piece of this somewhere else in the world, and we can just share it, and we can just make this palazzo live in different parts of the world? Well, anyway, call me romantic, but that's what I'm thinking. But I'll leave you here. Now, just before I go, let me just share with you a couple of details. Again, the cementine. But the cementine again on this floor are very, very special. Normally, I always see cementine going back to the 40s and 50s, which were an imitation of this cementine, which they go back to the turn of the century, 1900, 1910, 1920. The patterns are a lot more delicate, much more geometric in many cases, with this very flatness. And when they get polished, the quality of the ones that were made in the 1910 and 1920s are far better than the ones that were made in the 1940s and 1950s. And to finish it off, yes, they did do things with a lot of beauty. This that we are looking at here is the entrance, probably hundreds of years ago, probably more than 120 years ago, the original entrance to the basement, to the big cellar, which is incredibly large. But then an opening was done through the street, so there is a door on the road that leads down into the basement. So obviously to gain the Edite, they had to build something here. So as you came in here, you think, okay, where's that beautiful piece of furniture there? Well, look how beautiful that is made, and look at the mirror with this diamond beveled. I know the mirror is not clean, but that's a diamond bevel there all the way around. And this is all handmade, the cornice. And look at this beautiful cornice there, and even the detail around here. And one thing that just sometimes I think, why have we lost the beauty? Even in the little part around, which is the frame probably of the original door going down into the basement, can you see that? They've painted the pattern of the tile onto this surface, which is not the tile. Look, they've painted it. So when this was really clean and really pristine, you wouldn't see the difference. Isn't that amazing? You know, today we will probably put a piece of timber there, or we will probably do some cement and polish it up. No, they're called an artist. Probably the same artist who painted these motifs in his room and painted every little detail to make it match. I think that's incredible. So this is the sewing room here in Palazzo Zuccalà. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope you've enjoyed this moment of poetry in this beautiful room with thousands of buttons, with a sewing machine that, if it could only talk, would tell us an incredible amount of stories. And I love it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. I would love to share this building with the world. I may send you some of these buttons. Click subscribe, like, and a comment, which I always love to answer. And stay safe wherever you are.